So many viewers are likely asking, who is this guy and why does he do differing stuff? Well, to try to answer the question of who, a bit about myself. I'm a registered architect hailing from Georgia and living and practicing in Charlotte, North Carolina. I know, but hold your horses. I'm not one of those architects that just likes to design, live above my means, drive a sports car, or hate to get dirty. I have for years tried to not just create great places to live, work, and play, but have also desired to know what the engineers and tradespersons know in order to construct the buildings and structures I design. I like to learn from my design team and the trade person so that I may apply their knowledge and skill set on future architectural projects, as well as on my own projects. Over the past 35 years, I have been learning, sharing my knowledge, plus experiences because I enjoy doing so. I suppose I've always been a teacher at heart, and let's face it, not getting any younger, and it gives me the feeling of worth when I can share with others. To many people, the gift was well received. To others, no. That's okay too. Sometimes I share my knowledge, and on occasions, the receiver seems to respond in an adversarial manner. I get it. I had a dad as well. So to all of those I have offended over my past years of teaching, I am sorry and was not my intention. I have owned my own and also managed other firms' architectural practices. I mentor team members and try to begin with, this is how I have approached the design business challenge we face, but you are not to utilize my approach. Often get funny looks from those who have heard it. I then follow with a statement that normally would go like this. I would like for you to consider my approach as it is born from failures and successes alike. Your job is to improve on my process shared and then share with me your attempt, including your failures and successes. Staff who are in the formative years would then start wiggling in their seat a bit. Freedom to manage one's approach is key to improvement. As the saying goes, teach a man to fish and you won't have to fish for them or feed them. If you are able to fish, you will devise a better way to fish. By my team sharing new ideas, my approach will improve and I will be better suited to serve my clients. And as to the question why, I offer the following also about myself. I'm the great-grandson of my great-grandmother Gore. My grandfather was a Chambliss. Both are Scottish and later prominent in Ireland before immigrating to the colonies across the pond, what we here now call the 13 states of independence. Gore is important. The surname is primarily considered Scottish, originating from Orkney, possibly from an Old Norse word for filth, or as a variant of the surname Gore. So inherently in my DNA is the need to work hard, struggle, and of course get filthy dirty doing it. Some may also know that the Scottish and Irish immigrated to the colonies and that the large community was formed in the Appalachia region, or the Great Smoky Mountains. These Scottish-Irish immigrants moved westward long before many others, as it was their dream in life to be first, free, and second, owners of their own land. To live remote, these people could do it all: navigate, develop water sources, build shelter, gather and preserve food, and warm their homes. They were successful but toiled every day with their own hands to be better and to have better than they had before. This is inherently why I am who I am. As a kid, you couldn't make me stay inside if you wanted to. While I have missed being outdoors a great deal of my adult life, I have always made the best attempts to get out there and enjoy what the Creator gave to us. Over the past 35 years, my wife and I have made the journey to see the beauty in our nation. U.S. national parks as well as many state parks were visited, with most of those adventures taken over the past 10 years. Treasures without a doubt. I got a better taste of the freedom and quiet after spending 5 days at Upper Twin Lakes, located in a rarely visited national park, Lake Clark National Park and Preserve, located in remote Alaska. When preparing for that journey, I looked back at my favorite reads, many about Haimo Korth and Dick Pernecki. Dick Pernecki's daily journal spanning 40 years were invaluable resources. That solo trip made the summer of 2021 was the first time I found myself without the noise of the world. Literally. When I returned from the bush, I spent another 10 days traveling about the Kenai Peninsula without a place to stay. That is a reason why a lot of the interest is in the outdoors. In a couple of do-it-yourself videos on my YouTube channel, I actually speak to why I have numerous project types shared. I will mention here as well. Growing up, my mom worked hard. Divorced mother with 3 boys ranging in age from 2 to 12 years in age. I was the middle son and 2 years younger than my older brother. Not sure how the second son's life is in every family, but in ours, I wore the clothes my brother wore 2 years prior. Helped my mom make it through tough times, especially with our younger brother. Heck, I thought it was cool that I got big brother's clothes. Best friends. All 3 sons were also taught that working hard would result in the ability to do and have the ability for more. When you work hard to earn the things you have, they are appreciated. Funny, the same dream of those ancestors that came to the Americas. My great-grandmother Gore's daughter, my grandma Chambliss, made trips to our home for extended visits and was there for my mom, my brothers, and for me. Her influence on my brothers and I was immense. She had a home in rural Georgia with 60 acres. Visits to her country place were my first memories of excellent outdoor experiences. I suppose that is yet another reason why a lot of interest is in the outdoors. So, back to why I have numerous project types shared. From the beginning, my wife and I were always very conscious of our finances. We have always done our best to pay our own way, so to speak. In 1991, as a young married couple, we bought a modest home in Charlotte, North Carolina, a home we could afford and was, at the time, 24 years old. After the birth of our son in 1996 and our daughter in 2001, we managed to retain that same philosophy. Things were needed to be maintained or improved. This is when I fell in love with This Old House on TV. The approaches learned from watching the show, and I mean every time it was on, as well as Habitat for Humanity builds, provided the confidence in performing everything with the exception of electrical mods. Have you ever been shocked? I have. Learning through doing, combined with my design and construction knowledge obtained from my architectural degree, meant that I would, through my labor, save a great deal of money compared to contracting our scope of work needed to a contractor. Interior and exterior painting, bathroom renovations, kitchen renovations, deck expansion, plumbing, floor level and bracing, roofing, and lots more. I suppose that experience is yet another reason why there is such a diversity on my project shared. Not everything I do is perfect. I do, however, have every intention of doing a project that my family and I can be proud of, which does become a bit anal at times. I also lack friends that are able to lend a hand. That third hand is so important, is quickly realized when performing the work alone. Be there for your friends and offer help if they find themselves needing help. Teach them what you have learned so that they can fish and help you fish when you are hungry for an extra hand or two. Always take the time to ask for help. No shame in it at all. That is, until you ask the same person how to do something more than twice. Two times equals acceptable, three times, and you were just not hearing or listening to begin with. If you find yourself going it solo, stop and rethink the build. The logical order of a build is not always the same when you are alone. Use your tools at hand to be that extra hand. Pry bars, clamps, 2x4s, bottle jacks, multiple devices with wheels, wedges to straighten wall or flooring planks are a few that come to mind, and there's a lot more. Also, build frames in open space rather than crawl spaces. I hate the crawl space. And remember, your canvas may not be level or plumb. Close enough will suffice.